Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today I will be heading back into the sealed tower of the Cetra and taking on floor 55. This is a not too hard of a battle, but it can be a little tricky. I did take a few losses trying to figure out the overall beta for this fight, but we are going to go into this and overview this floor right now, and hopefully this will get you guys through this stage if you guys have yet to have done it. So the battle effects here are, for allies, the summon gauge boost is plus 100%, enemy HP is plus 100%. It looks like our materia command ability potency is minus 50%. So abilities like Blizzara Blow or Blizzara, Fyra, etc. are going to be greatly reduced here. So the damage you want to be doing is going to be coming from overall like weapons themselves. And then it looks here like the enemy weakness damage taken is plus 50%. So on this floor 55, as you guys can see here, most of the weaknesses are ice. So Sephiroth with his edged wings is going to be very, very strong, along with Shiva's diamond dust, since we're going to get far less damage from the materia potency. Just to kind of go over these fights really quick, the bombs, you want to take them out as quickly as possible because they start to cast explosive burst, which will do a lot of damage to your party. I think they don't start to cast it until like 60% HP or maybe even 50. So at the beginning, when the bombs are full health, they're not as dangerous as when they start to get lower. We are going to have two thunder weak enemies right here, the Wiggly Hopper and the Blue Elemental. The Blue Elemental is going to be in the first round. It's going to be probably the hardest thing to kill just because we're going to be, I'm not taking Cloud into this fight. If you guys do have Cloud, obviously he's much, much stronger, especially if you have the Murasame, but I'm going to be bringing in Sephiroth, Tifa, and Lucia. Lucia for the Bald Eagle and the Ice Imperil, Tifa for overall heals, and also she has the Crystal Gloves, so she has the AoE Thundara ability, or Thundaga, and then Sephiroth, of course, for the Edged Wings. Looking at the boss here, you are going to want to equip Circle Sigils. He can inflict poison, and he can also inflict fatigue. So I'm going to put 2 poison healing Asuna poisons on 2 of my characters, and 1 healing Asuna fatigue, just so that we can take care of that. But the idea with the final boss is to blitz him down as fast as possible after taking down the 2 fire elementals that are going to be beside him. Other than that, everything is pretty straightforward. The secondary boss in the second wave is not too bad. It can also inflict poison. But let's get into my build really quick, and I will show you guys how to take this down. Alright, so this is my team going into this. We have Sephiroth over here with the Edged Wings and the Aonibi. He's also using his Ice Potency costume right here, along with Diamond Dust. On Tifa, I'll have Ramuh for his ability right here, Judgment Bolt. And then on Lucia, I am using Hellfire over here. But I think I'm actually going to switch this right here over to her Cerulean Raven so that I can reduce the boss's attack and magic attack. So I think that should be pretty good. So I'm going to switch that over. So Lucia will be the only one using an actual limit break. As for how the characters are built right here, on the bottom row, I have the circle sigils for every single person. I have the Ruinra for Sephiroth, Ruinra for Tifa, and then the Ruin Blow for Lucia. On the middle rows, we have a Thundara over here on Sephiroth, since he's magic-based, a Thundara Blow over here on Lucia, and then in the middle over here on Tifa, we have Blizzard, even though it's not going to do very much damage for her, not going to lie. And then, last but not least, in the first slot of materia, we have Healing Asuna Poison on Sephiroth, we have Healing Asuna Fatigue on Tifa, and lastly, Healing Asuna Poison on Lucia. If I go in here, just to quickly show you guys the stats right here, on the sub-equips, this is what I'm running for him. For Tifa, this is what I'm running for her. And lastly, for Lucia, this is what I'm running on her. Alright, well that being said, hopefully we can get through this today. So let's get into this battle and see how it goes. This is going to be floor 55 of the sealed tower of Cetra. Alright, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this little hedgehog pie over here. He's super weak, and he's kind of annoying since it takes a little bit of time to take out the other guy. I'm actually going to slow this down for now. Alright, after that I'm going to switch over to the Blue Elemental, and we are just going to Thundara this thing down. All right, in the meantime, you're just going to want to be keeping your HP topped off, so I'll switch over to Tifa intermittently. All right, so we'll use healing waves right here. Of course, if you don't have Tifa, you can use Aerith or Matt as well. All right, and I'm just going to be doing as much damage as we can. Of course, our materia is getting reduced damage, but we should be able to take it down. And the blue elemental, when brought down to a certain HP threshold, is going to explode and do some damage against the queen in the middle right there. All right, let's see here. Switch back. There's the elemental explosion. It's going to do a good chunk of damage on the queen. That's why you want to take out that first. And then I'm just going to go back over here, do a heal, get everyone topped off, and then we're going to take out the queen right here as quickly as we can. All right, for Sephiroth, hopefully we can get this attack off. Oh, dang, we didn't get the attack off. All right, so we took a decent amount of damage there, even with the defense stance switch. All right, so just going to get off a little bit of a heal, switch back over to Tifa, get off another heal. And we are going into the second round. For the second round right here, I'm just going to switch to the Wiggly Hopper. The first thing we're going to use is Judgment Bolt. It's going to do a little bit of damage to all the enemies except for really the main one. All right, and don't worry about using your Esper right here. You will recharge it by the second round. Now we're going to switch over to the Grass Strike over here. And just going to do as much damage as we can. Switch over to Sephiroth. He should take it out in one fell blow. Alright, that is down. And now we're just going to be working on this one. When he hits you with the poison, just make sure you heal from it. Double check all his effects. Alright, make sure you don't get hit by any of his big attacks right here. Here comes the Leaping Slash. Alright. These actually do a fair amount of damage, so you definitely don't want to get hit by these. Alright, for Tifa, we're going to use Healing Waves right off the bat to counter that. Okay, here comes the poison. Alright, so I'm going to switch to Lucia. She's going... Oh, it's actually already cured. Alright, that's perfect. Sephiroth's going to use Aerial Frostblade once again. Switch back over to Tifa. We'll use the Healing Waves. Alright, now I'm going to switch over to Lucia. We're going to use Diving Burst. Get that Ice Imperil up to max potency. Alright, switch back over to Sephiroth. Now he's going to start doing some major damage. Switch back over to Tifa. Keep the HP up as much as possible going into the third fight. Alright, so there's the poison. Alright, so we're going to heal Sephiroth of that poison right there. And hopefully one more hit before we take this guy out. Oh, it looks like one more it's going to take. So I'm just going to switch over to Tifa. I'm going to use another heal in the meantime. And it looks like we do have a poison here on Tifa. Alright, so going into this last fight, focus the main guy. The first thing you're going to do is just use the Diving Burst and imperil him as quickly as possible. So I'm going to imperil him once. I'm going to imperil him twice. And then the first thing we're going to use is Shiva. We're just going to use all of the limit breaks right here. Alright, well actually I got stunned so I couldn't use the other ones. We're going to kick it off with Shiva. It should do a really big amount of damage against them. It takes out one of the elementals, the other one's down into the red. It should explode. Alright, that's going to do a decent amount of damage to the boss. Alright, it's already under half health. For Sephiroth, I'm going to go into Frenzied Stance. For Tifa, I'm going to switch over. We're going to start using the sigils right here. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to get one little heal in. Alright. Hopefully we can break this guy. Oof. That poison is hurting right now. Alright, so there's the interrupt. For Tifa, I'm going to use this, the fatigue. Heal the fatigue, get the heal off right here. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is just go into the limit breaks. Now these aren't going to do anywhere near as much as Shiva, but at least Lucia will debuff his attack and magic attack. Alright, so that's going to bring that down a little bit. Ramuh will do a little bit of damage, not too much. And the next thing I'm going to do is just focus on imperiling his Ice Imperil down to max, go on to Sephiroth, and just do as much damage as possible. From here, you're just trying to heal through the poison. Alright. There's the fatigue again, so I'm going to heal Tifa of the fatigue. The fatigue can really mess you up in this fight. Alright, it looks like I'm going to go straight into Diamond Dust right here. And it should be pretty close to over at this point. Yeah, pretty close. We're going to have to take one more hit from this guy. And let's see. Alright, so I'm just going to let that charge that. And then as soon as we come out of this, we should be able to take down this boss. Like I said, he does a good amount of damage. Alright, switching back to attack stance with Lucia, we're going to imperil him one last time. Switching over to Sephiroth, we're going to use the Aerial Frostblade. And I'm not even going to worry about this last sigil break. We're just going to do straight damage on him as much as we possibly can and just take him down. Alright, it looks like Tifa's going to go down right here, but we should be pretty dang close to finishing him off. Alright, we just need to hit him one last time. And it is over. Alright, so all in all, not the hardest fight, but can be a little tricky, especially with the poisons and the fatigues. Especially when you're playing manual, it can be hard to just be switching around and using all of them. So, but overall, not a terrible fight. I thought that this one was pretty fun, and I actually really enjoy the Sealed Tower of the Cetra floors. So overall, I think that if you have the right weapons for this, and even if you just have a base 5-star weapon, honestly, it's going to be hugely clutch for coming in handy in this fight. So that being said, I hope that this video helps you guys to clear this floor. I want to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed and commented on these videos. If you guys have any, other betas or strategies for beating this fight, I'm happy to hear it in the comments below. I'm sure other people that may be struggling with this particular method might also be happy to hear it as well. So always feel free to share your guys' comments down below, and I'm happy to read them and comment back to you guys. All right, well, that being said, I hope this video helps you guys to clear this fight. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Take care and peace.